Hello viewers, this is Paladin of Odin, and this is more Magic the Gathering Online. This is another episode of the Standard Commentary Series. Hangerback Walker. So, possibly red-green Eldrazi ramp, which seems to be getting more and more popular. Looks like Abzan colors on the other side. Yep, Warden of the First Tree. A second Hangerback Walker. Going for the attack. And why not block? Well, I hope you have a combat trick, because he can just turn him into a 3/3 and eat both of them. Oh, I forgot about Hangerback Walker's ability. So, all dead. But now he has 3 1/1 Flying Thopter tokens, which can be really annoying. Or possibly win him the game, depending on what cards the Abzan deck has. Hedron Archive. I really like that card. And Hangerback Walker. So, 4, 5, 6 mana. But no land search yet, which is unexpected if he's running an Eldrazi ramp deck. Siege Rhino. So we pretty much have a classic Abzan deck. And the ramp deck is down to 2 cards. And, I mean, he does have a board presence, but it's not as much as he would like. 3 Thopter tokens going in. I mean, no reason not to, unless you're planning on hoping to be able to group block the Siege Rhino from beyond. Okay. There's a card that I asked you guys about in probably the last video that was posted, because I post all these in order of the way I record it. And I was asking you guys, is this card good enough to play in a ramp deck? And obviously this guy thinks it is. The reason I was wondering is, for example, in this situation, you know, if he hasn't gotten a land search card, which is highly unlikely to happen, but, you know, anything can happen. You know, it's just the randomness of the game. You know, this can help you out. You know, it'll give you Scion tokens to help you accelerate. And then, you know, if you have all the mana you need and you don't have an Eldrazi, this thing can get you one. But at the same time, a lot of the ramp decks, when they're running the way you want them to run, you know, you hit your 3rd turn land drop, or your land search, 4th turn land search, maybe even a 5th turn land search, and then on turn 6, you know, you probably have enough mana to cast something. You know, something more worthwhile than From Beyond. So Siege Rhino's just gonna go to the face. I mean, theoretically, he could have blocked with the Hangerback Walker and buffed it to get 2 more Thopter tokens, but that really wouldn't have helped all that much. But Seeker of the Way, this guy, I have to say, it looks a lot like he's been lost in the shuffle since BFC came out. He was really prevalent before, though he was losing deck presence from what I could tell later on, but that might have been because of BFC coming out. And now that it's out, I hardly ever see him, and he's still a solid creature. I mean, you know, a 2/2 for 2, you know, it could be worse. But with prowess, and then he can gain lifelink every time, well, basically every time you prowess. He effectively is a 3/3 lifelink almost all the time you want him to be. Painful Truths. Alright, there's a new card. One that I haven't seen yet. Converge. So 3 different mana, 3 mana cost. He gets to draw 3 cards and lose 3 life. Which, since he's in the life total lead at the moment, you know, by all means, spend your life total to get an advantage. Sorry, I'm starting to forget how to talk. And a second Seeker of the Way. So, 3 Thopters, an Eldrazi Scion, a 2/2 Hangerback, which can become a 3/3, and a Morph. And the Morph is probably Den Protector. Speak of the devil. I have to say, though, I would have really considered going in with the Rhino. I mean, if he doesn't block, he's at 9. If he does block, you're probably going to kill 2 or 3 of his creatures with it. And there's Explosive Vegetation. So, it looks like he just got unlucky with his Land Search. There's the Hangerback Walker. And it's kind of become a stalemate, which works in the Eldrazi ramp deck's favor. You know, the more cards you let him draw, the more chance he gets to draw what he wants. And then, for example, if his next card is just, let's say it's Ulamog. He's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. He'll have 13 or 12. Ooh, Sorin. I wonder what he's gonna pick. The token creature or the life gain? Because there's an argument to be made for the life gain. He goes for the life gain. So 5/5 and 2/4/3 lifelinks. And no matter what, oh, Despise on 1 card. He might get lucky. Alright, so amend that to 2/5/4 lifelinks. He might get lucky. He might be able to knock out an Eldrazi, but he didn't have one. He had Den Protector. And swinging all in. And it really doesn't matter how the combat plays out with this. that volume of life swing is going to be big. But at the same time, he can what? Can spend 2 to search for an Eldrazi. He's got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. He'll have 12. Minus 2 is 10, so he could throw down a 10-drop Eldrazi on his next turn. And all he has to do is make it through this attack phase. Which, oh, he's using a Scion token. Okay, so he's going for the kill on that Seeker. Okay, he's going to block that way. I was going to say, he could throw the Hangerback Walker in with that Eldrazi Scion and kill the other one, buff it up, and then get, 4 more Thopter tokens, but... Oh, he's using the blocker to search now. And get who I expected him to get, Ulamog. It's not hard to get 10 mana in this ramp deck. And now he has 10 mana. Exactly. And hello, Ulamog. I don't like to say a game is over before it's over, but I really don't think that the Abzan deck has a chance now. He's getting aggressive. Keeping back a Thopter token, though. So, making sure that even if he manages to get rid of Ulamog, he still has a blocker just in case. Five cards, 6 mana. You're in some serious trouble. Morph. And Den Protector? No, Hidden Dragon Slayer. But, I don't know if that was the only card he had, or whether he forgot that Ulamog is indestructible. It looks like he forgot that he was indestructible, and that's pretty much game right there. Holding back the walkers to block, smart. That way, if he does swing and manages to kill your walkers, you get more Thopter tokens, which so far he hasn't been able to block. But Ulamog doesn't have trample, so... Okay, he just decided to take it. This is Renewal. 3 basic land cards, put them into play, and gain 7 life. I think the Abzan player has pretty much given up. Because if he hadn't given up, he could have at least chump blocked Ulamog. I mean, I would have thrown Hidden Dragon Slayer in front of him. That way you gain 3 life. Take 2, so you end up gaining 1 total from the combat. Utter End. He did get something that he needed. But I'm afraid it's a little too late. He's at 11 life. He could pull back a little of the life total. Morph. You know, for his sake, I hope that's a Den Protector. It'd be really good for him if he could bring back, you know, Utter End if he needs to kill one thing. Or if he's desperate, Painful Truths. And Ulamog number 2. Yeah, that right there is game. He concedes. And it was a Den Protector. And I hate it when you do this, Magic Online. I really, really hate when you do this. I don't care when this happens. Sorry for that outburst. That just really annoys the hell out of me that it punches you out of the game window to bring up that little window when it could just bring it up inside your game window. But on to game 2. Okay. Sandstep Citadel. Forest. Jungle Hollow. Despise. Much better chance to pick something off now. I mean, and there you go. Got rid of a Hangerback Walker. Shrine of the Forsaken Gods, Foundry of the Councils, Forest, Ulamog, and Ugin. Okay, he has his colorless spells. Now he just needs the mana, and he didn't draw a single land search. Warden of the First Tree. So back to what I was saying about Despise. In the last game, you know, he hit him with that really late, like, what was that, turn 7 or 8 or something like that, when he only had 1 card. He got lucky that there was a card in there that he could Despise. And getting rid of a Den Protector is really helpful when your opponent has that much mana at his disposal. But this time, he was able to get rid of the ramp decks early game. And that was, you know, that was another facet of that question from the beginning of the video about, you know, Jotty Offshoot versus things like Blister Pod. Though I'm pretty sure Blister Pod's the only option. I went through Gatherer and had a look, and there's nothing else that does that at a cheap cost. Though there was that one spell that puts 2 Scions into play. But Hangerback Walker is so much more value than that. But how do you, you know, if you have Hangerback Walkers, you know, I see no reason not to put them in, especially because Shrine of the Forsaken Gods works with Hangerback Walker. And, but from then, How do you balance? Ooh, Siege Rhino. He's actually getting a really good lead right now. But how do you balance your decision between, your early game? How many cards do you want to be able to throw down in your early game? You know, I highly doubt that you're ever going to see anybody throw 4 Hangerback Walkers, 4 Jotty Offshoots, and 4 Blister Pods in a ramp deck just to protect themselves. So 8, 9, 10. So he has the mana he needs for Ugin. Well, it's going to be Ugin. Unless he wants to do Ulamog, because right now there's only 2 things that he really needs to get rid of. And Ulamog is, pretty devastating. There's only a few things that the Abzan deck can do to get rid of it. And Sanctum of Ugin. But Ugin does give you more versatility. Is he going to pop the land? Yes. Failed to find a colorless creature. Huh. Okay, exiling. Makes me wonder. So he has exactly 1 Ulamog? Or did he draw a second Ulamog? I mean, is that it in a Eldrazi ramp deck? Because I don't know. This is a commentary series. I don't know the deck lists. Are they banking on as little as 1 Ulamog or 2? And Painful Truths, which really doesn't hurt all that much when you're at 29 life. What is that Eldrazi? The one that comes into play with a twin of itself. Is that good enough to go in the ramp deck? As a little bit of okay, here comes Ulamog. But that twin Eldrazi, is that good enough to throw in? It's like 1 more card for you to be able to throw down. I mean, he's got a really, really good board right now, but, I don't like to see when that kind of thing happens. It's, missed opportunities, but I don't really think that he's gonna be in too much trouble for missing that. Abzan Charm. The ridiculously good card. It is just so good for 3 mana. Okay, Ugin can get rid of that and stay alive. And I know I've talked shit about Foundry of the Councils before. And in most decks... Oh, really? Back to what I was saying. In most decks, this card is garbage. It is just not good enough to put in your deck. Ulamog. So he did have a second Ulamog. But, again, back to the Foundry. In a ramp deck, it suddenly becomes a very good card. Rattleclaw Mystic. Interesting. I haven't seen that in a ramp deck yet. Despise on 1 card. It's a forest. he concedes. He did not have what he needed to take care of a second Ulamog and Ugin. So there you go, folks. Some interesting questions for you. I actually hope to hear from you about them. That was, well, was that mono green Eldrazi ramp? Because I didn't see any red mana. So I guess we'll call it mono green Eldrazi ramp versus Abzan. And if you liked what you saw, hit that like and subscribe.